Welcome back. Just getting ready for our second semifinal. As you see, Davidson winning easily over Catawba Valley, so the top seed in the tournament books another trip to the championship game. An intriguing matchup for you here to wrap up the semifinal action in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's the 10 seed Lenoir Lancers and the 6 seed Pitt CC Bulldogs. Hi again, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you here today. Both teams bottom seeds, first double-digit seed in the semifinal since who know when. Lenoir Lancers at 8-22, Pitt 18-13. Opening round victories for the Bulldogs. They beat Southwest Virginia 85-74. Then yesterday in the quarterfinals, Pitt took down Fayetteville, the 3 seed, in overtime 86-82. 12 blocks in that game, as they get it to Huggins, who had 31 points, 8 of those blocks, and 4 assists yesterday. He starts the scoring for Pitt today. For the Lancers, they won 79-76 at Patrick and Henry in the opening round on Tuesday, then 76-67 against Bryan and Stratton yesterday, as the 3 is no good by Kevon Brown. McKinney at 18, 16 for Hyman, 21 for Williams to lead the Lancers in that victory. First foul of the game as Avery Huggins is fouled. Pitt won both meetings against the Lancers, a 50-point blowout back in November, 117-67. Pitt won that one. A little bit closer back in January, Pitt won at 85-77. The Region Player of the Year is Avery Huggins. He hit a three-pointer with just over a second left in regulation to put that game yesterday into overtime. He gets 1 out of 2 at the line here to make it 3-0 Bulldogs. Then he fouled out. Philip Martin took over. I mentioned he had 22 points. Actually, I haven't mentioned that, but he did have 22 points yesterday, including the game-winning shot with just seconds remaining in overtime. So Martin and Huggins hitting 2 key shots down the stretch for the Bulldogs, and that come-from-behind victory. Fouls played a major part in it against Fayetteville. McLaughlin now hands it off. Down low, Smith looking for Huggins, and it's tipped and taken away. Here comes Lenoir looking to get on the board. Hanging can't score. McKinney. Open look now for Smith for 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Kevon Brown. 14 points yesterday for Brown. 9-point victory. First foul on the Bulldogs here. So both teams with an early team foul. We're just underway. Pitt 3-zip, all 3 points from Huggins, and Lenoir unable to get the ball inbounded. So the Lancers, the 10 seed, 8-22 on the season. They finished the regular season 6-17 in the region. The Bulldogs at 18-13, they finished the regular season 12-10 in the region. Both teams playing in first-round games. Pitt was home against Southwest Virginia, won that one by 11. Lancers had to go on the road to Patrick and Henry. They're a little bit closer to home. Lenoir Community College is in the basketball mecca of Kinston, North Carolina. Something in the water in that town. From Cedric Maxwell to Brandon Ingram, with several others in between. Reggie Bullock, too, one of my favorite, one of the great guys in basketball from Kinston, North Carolina. So Hyman looking to inbound it now. Brown able to gather it for Lenoir at the top of the key. Lancers looking to strike for the first time. Tough move by Brown, who scores. Kevon Brown, first 2 of the game for the Lancers. McLaughlin bounce pass to Huggins. He's stripped, and they say he lost it out of bounds. So a turnover by the Bulldogs. Both of these teams are red hot entering play today. They have both won 5 of their last 6 games. Offensive foul going to be called here. It was on the Lancers, so second team foul on Lenoir, 1 on Pitt. McLaughlin now on the far side of your screen. Here is Huggins for 3. He's got the range. Missed that one short, though. Rebound by Hyman. Caleb Hyman, 16 points yesterday. Hit a couple key shots. Brown triggers a triple. No good. Rebound by Hines for the Bulldogs. Catch and shoot 3. Martin, no good. Tip for the rebound. McKinney off the tip. Brings it into the forecourt for the Lancers. Williams for 3. This is a team, we talked about it yesterday, but for Bulldogs fans who maybe weren't with us, this is a Lenoir team that will get shots up. They are 3rd in Division II in three-point attempts per game at almost 31 a game, 17th with 71.5 field goal attempts per game. Their problem is they've been streaky this year as McLaughlin looking to be aggressive. He scores, had 11 yesterday. They are 129th in field goal percentage during the regular season, 130th in three-point shooting. You can throw all that out the window, though, as they've shot the ball much better down the stretch. That's part of the reason why they've won 5 of their last 6 entering the semifinal. Right now, Bulldogs 5, Lancers 2. 4 minutes in. Contested jumper, no good, and the Bulldogs defense on point at the start. Huggins brings it into the forecourt. Huggins coast to coast, throws it off the glass, gets it to go. Avery Huggins with 5 of the 7. Lancers, can they keep that shooting rhythm that they had yesterday against the 2-seed Bryan and Stratton? George gets Huggins in the air. Huggins recovers, but George stays with it after the block. Out to Williams for 3, no good. Shots right now not falling for the Lancers. Here is Huggins attacking again. Tip, no. Hines volleyballs it. Huggins is fouled. Avery Huggins going to go to the free throw line. And if you look in his eyes, he's got those eyes that say, I'm taking this thing over. Everybody get on my back. The Region 10 Player of the Year. Regular season numbers, 20.1 points per ball game, 12.5 rebounds, 5th in the country. Tied for 1st in blocks per game at 4.2. He's up to 6 points here today. He also averages over 3 assists per game. We saw him make a couple of real nice dimes in the quarterfinal game against Fayetteville Tech yesterday. 8 of the 12 blocks, Avery Huggins as well. Knew he missed the free throw, follows it, banks it. So Avery Huggins has 8 of the 10 for the Bulldogs, who lead at 10-2. Brown gets 3 defenders in the air, can't score. Put back by George, no. Brown stays with it. Brown goes up, can't score. Lancers can't buy a bucket. Ross is in the game, pulls down the rebound. Here comes Pitt, leading by 8. McLaughlin attacks, hangs, can't score. Rebound to George. Throw ahead, the extra pass to Brown. He can't score. Tip for the rebound. It's chased down by the Bulldogs. Another bucket here. We might see a Lenoir full timeout. Martin into the forecourt. Here's Huggins. Back to Martin. It's been the Huggins show so far. 8 of the 10 points. The other 2 by McLaughlin, the point guard, who catches it top of the key with 10 to shoot now. McLaughlin goes right of the lane, hangs, rejected by Hyman. Here comes George. Throw ahead to McKinney. McKinney hesitates, attacks, swatted. by Huggins, but a blocking foul going to get Quantavis McKinney to the free throw line. Came into the tournament 6th in the nation in points per ball game at 23.1. He's a 66% free throw shooter. Scored 18 points yesterday, McKinney, in the victory over the Bobcats. McKinney, second team all-region. Tells you how deep this region is when the 6th leading scorer in the country is on the second team. 1 out of 2 at the line. Martin up top. Huggins back to Martin. Martin throws it off the glass. What a flip shot, Philip Martin. His first 2 today. Stop now defensively for the Bulldogs. Here they come, leading by 9. Huggins waves everybody off, going one-on-one against Brown. The pull-up, Huggins can't get it to go. Tip for the rebound. George has it for the Lancers. George now catches in the forecourt. They let him have it off the back iron. Rebound controlled by Pitt. Pines got the board. Now McLaughlin. Martin, we're about 7 minutes into this one. All Pitt at the start. Martin away from the ball. Hines hit the deck, and it looks like the Lancers have picked up another team foul. We go to a timeout. 14 fouls on the Lancers, 2 on the Bulldogs. It's Pitt by 9. 7 minutes in. We'll step aside. That's me, Chris Sheeman, back here with you. Good start for the Pitt Bulldogs. The 6 seed over the 10 seed right now, 12-3. 13:04 to go here in our second semifinal. So I got some clarification from Nick Schroeder, who kind of handles a lot of the SID duties for Region 10. And I was asking, is Lenoir the first double-digit seed to reach the semifinals? And it looks like the answer is yes. Nick's been doing this since 2016, and we talked about Fayetteville Tech as the 7 seed as McKinney hits a 3. So Fayetteville Tech back in 2018 as the 7 seed was the lowest to reach the semifinals. And there were less than 10 teams in Division II before 2015. He's been doing it since 2016, so the lowest seeded team ever to reach the semifinals, I'm calling it, as that triple is good. The Bulldogs get Amir Ross off the bench with a bucket. Lead back to 9. Scoop no good by McKinney. So thanks to Nick for sending that information. Nice steal there by Brown, fronting his guys down low. Brown brings it into the forecourt, over to Williams in the corner. Williams has the player of the year on him. Dishes it out to George in the corner. Back out Williams for 3. Airballed it, but right to Hyman. Now George the mid-range. No. Tip up, no. And it's gathered by the Bulldogs. Hines got another rebound to his total. Down low, it's Woods who scores. Deshaun Woods with his first bucket. Here in Wilmington, he was scoreless yesterday. Bulldogs by double figures. McKinney. Here is Williams. Swung to George, who attacks. And, Huggins doesn't get credit with the block there, but he definitely altered that shot. Here's a corner 3. McKinney can't get it to go. Lancers just not finding that rhythm that they had yesterday against Bryan and Stratton. So Woods and Ross with Martin, Huggins, and Hines, the 5 right now for Pitt. Shot clock down to 8. Woods with 5 to shoot. Gets it out. Hines for 3, no good. And the Lancers will let that baby go out of bounds. James Carroll in the game. George will go out for Lenoir. For Pitt, Dyshawn Smith back in the game. Number 34. Number 15 is Carl Roberts checking in. Huggins, Wood, McLaughlin also back in. So that's your 5 updated for the Bulldogs. McKinney walks it up. Hyman bounce pass to Brown. Brown stripped. It trickles out to McKinney. Catch and shoot 3 is good over on the right wing by Hyman. In the corner now, Smith. McLaughlin, 17-9. Pitt past the midway point in the opening half. Our second and semifinal. Down low, Smith can't score, but he's fouled by Hyman. Lancers now with 5 team fouls. Bulldogs have 2. Championship game will be tomorrow. And I got good news for you, whether you're a Bulldogs fan or a Lancers fan. If you make it to the championship game, and let's say the team that's 31-0 beats you, your season's not over. Because the loser of that championship game would go to the District B final. And that will be next Saturday. So it's not the end of the season, even if Davidson wins. 1 out of 2 by Dyshawn Smith, so he's on the board, and it's 18-9. So this is the South Atlantic District A winner, whoever wins this tournament. And then there's a District B because there's 3 Florida schools in D2. McKinney attacks. Brown gets around his man in a late whistle. But Smith picks up the foul. It's the 3rd on Pitt. Lancers have 5 with 9:22 to go. Jaquan Mosley, 1 point yesterday off the bench for Derek Mullins' team. Catch and shoot McKinney for 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Smith for the Bulldogs. McLaughlin, excuse me, if I can get the words out right, into the forecourt. It's been a long 36 hours. Catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound by Williams. So Mosley off on his first shot. McKinney's been aggressive, couldn't get it to go, and a frustration foul there. It'll be the 6th on the Lancers. Just 27 combined points in this first half so far. Lenoir bringing Savon George back into the game. And I believe McKinney had to come out. Some trapping pressure for the Lancers. High pass, but McLaughlin has it. Now it's Mosley into the forecourt. Patrick McLaughlin now will set it up. Roberts back to him. Smith, it was deflected from behind, and a late, and I mean late whistle. And that's going to go against the Lancers. So a 1-1 now as Pitt goes into the bonus. So Smith back at the line, 1 out of 2 just moments ago. Eight and a half points per ball game, over 5 rebounds a game. Smith gets the front end to go. Good player off the bench for Derek Mullins. Head coach at Pitt since 2010. He's a local guy, Greenville, North Carolina. Smith now 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe. Bulldogs open up a 20-9 lead. 8:25 remaining here in this opening half. James Carroll gets it right side. Catch and shoot Williams for 3. Got it. Williams, who had 21 yesterday, scratches for the first time here this afternoon. Roberts hounded. McLaughlin now goes left of the lane. He's stripped, but another foul called as head coach Chris Brown for Lenoir. Can't believe it, but more free throws to come at the 8-minute mark, and it's Patrick McLaughlin going to the line. 10 points per game. He's top 40 in assists per game at 4.6. Looks like Jalen Hines back out there. Hyman returns for Lenoir as Williams sits down. McLaughlin, 72% free throw shooter this season. Front end is good. Pitt actually is no stranger to making a run in this tournament. They reached the national tournament back in 2019. It was the first time in program history. Opportunity, if they can win this semifinal game, maybe to do it again here in 2023, 4 seasons later. Hyman top of the key for Lenoir. Here's Brown. Davion Carroll can't get it to go. Hyman down low is fouled. 14 fouls on Pitt. And they're going to give Hyman free throws. Caleb Hyman, 75% free throw shooter. Huggins back in the game. Smith goes out for the Bulldogs. So Hyman 1 out of 2. He's up to 4. McKinney has 4 for the Lancers. Almost a turnover. Nice tiptoe by Roberts. His pass off the mark, though. It's deflected. I believe that was Brown on the deflection. He gets it back from Carroll. Goes to the hoop and scores. Kevon Brown. Lancers making some noise here down the stretch in this first half. 22-15. McLaughlin escapes trouble. Gets it down low. Huggins, no. Huggins blocked from behind, but fouled by Brown. 9 team fouls on Lenoir. Pitt so good at getting to the free throw line. They're going back there once again. We saw a free throw shooting fest in the second half of our semifinal game between Davidson and Catawba Valley. And Pitt and Fayetteville Tech. Free throws definitely impacted that game yesterday. So Huggins, chance to get into double figures. He's got 9 points right now. 78% from the line, gets 1 out of 2. Rebound by Brown. Lead back out to 8 for Pitt Community College. 2 Eastern North Carolina teams playing here near the Atlantic coast, downtown Wilmington. Cape Fear Community College hosting this tournament. Be with you Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week for the D1 tournament as well. Davion Carroll gets it back from Brown for 3, no good. Rebound Huggins. Shot clock was winding down. McLaughlin now will back it out, scoops it to Hines. Hines to Huggins. Huggins throws it up, no. Follows his miss, put back, yes. That's just the big man right there. 11 points now in the half for Avery Huggins. Davion Carroll throws it ahead to George. In the corner, catch and shoot 3 by Hyman off the back iron. Fight for the rebound, it's deflected out. Thrown ahead, Pitt, slam dunk, Huggins. Putting on a show in the first half. Avery Huggins with 13. He's got 13 of the 27. Brown for 3, way off. Put back by Hyman down low. 6 now for Hyman. He leads Lenoir. McLaughlin on the near side. 5.5 to go here until halftime. Shot clock at 5. Huggins gets it out. Roberts from deep had to get it off. Airballed it. Mosley was out of bounds. And it looks like we're going to go to a timeout. 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Bulldogs by double figures here in the semifinals. We'll be right back. Huggins, the player of the year, doing big things here in this opening half for Pitt. They've opened up a 27-17 lead. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. From the home studio in Greenville, South Carolina. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. We got Greenville, North Carolina beat in terms of downtown prettiness. But Greenville, North Carolina has us beaten in barbecue by a landslide. No contest. In fact, I think we have a couple of, like, chains here. Barbecue chains? I don't know. Send me some barbecue, though. Somebody go see Sam Jones. Tell them they're hungry in South Carolina and they need help. Hyman at the free throw line. 15 foul on the Bulldogs. And Hyman, 75% from the free throw line during the regular season, misses that one. Rims in the second. So 7 for Caleb Hyman. Martin for Pitt had it poked away. Good defense there by Hyman. Step back George from the baseline, no good. Offensive rebound by Hyman, and he scoops and scores for Lenoir. Hyman with 9.5. Martin cut off on the baseline. He loses it again. Can the Bulldogs get it back? No, Huggins ran out of room, so the Lancers starting to pick up their defense with 4:36 remaining. Maybe Lenoir looking to make a run. The 10 seed, the first double-digit seed to ever make this Region 10 semifinal. The three by James Carroll is no good. Three-point shooting has not been there today for the Lancers. Certainly compared to yesterday, as Huggins had it poked away. Dixon trying to say Huggins touched it last, but they'll keep it with Pitt, with 4:12 on the game clock, 23 on the shot clock. Mosley to inbound it. Mosley gets it back from Huggins. Hangs can't score, gets it back, and rims it in. That's Mosley's first bucket, 1 point yesterday. George on the right wing. Cut off. Davion to James. Carroll swings it out in the corner. McKinney on the bench with foul trouble. And that's going off of Huggins, who's hounding. I believe just 4 to shoot for Lenoir. So they're going to have to go quickly with George inbounding here. Davion Carroll with 2. He's got a hoist from mid-court, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Bulldogs have been comfortably ahead for most of the afternoon, led by double figures a few different times. McLaughlin into the forecourt, guarded by James Carroll. Throws it to Martin. Mosley to Huggins. Double teamed. Extra pass, Martin. Attacks, Martin hangs and scores. What a play by Philip Martin. Second field goal for him in the half. So he's got 4, lead back to 11 for Pitt, 31-20 with 3 minutes to go until halftime. Hyman the crossover. Swings it out, George for 3. Off the back iron, fight for the rebound. McLaughlin comes out of the pack with it. He's fouled. That will be 10 on the Lancers. So double bonus the rest of the way here in this first half for Pitt Community College. Patrick McLaughlin, 4 points here today. Make it 5. They'll bring McKinney back in for Lenoir. Amir Ross checks back in. So does Carl Roberts for the Bulldogs. So 6 now for Patrick. Lead out to 13 for Pitt. McKinney to Brown. Bulldogs have Brown attacks for Lenoir and another late whistle, but Brown going to go to the free throw line. I was going to say Bulldogs have done a nice job defensively here in this one against the Lancers, limiting a streaky team to just 20 so far. Kevon Brown's got 4 points here today. 61% free throw shooter, goes to the line. 9.6 points per ball game during the regular season. Brown had 14 in the victory over Bryan and Stratton yesterday. Brown 1 out of 2. McLaughlin, nice rebound. 2.5 to go. Throws it ahead. Mosley. High pass for Ross. McLaughlin the crossover. Attacks on Carroll. High arcer and scores. Patrick McLaughlin with 8 first-half points. Biggest lead now for Pitt is 14. Brown trying to answer, can't do it. Huggins the rebound. Here come the Bulldogs, looking to close the half strong. Huggins putting the moves on, spinning, scooping, scoring. Huggins has 15 here in the first half. 16-point advantage for Pitt. And James Carroll with a much-needed bucket for Lenoir. He hits a big 3. Minute 19 to go until halftime. McLaughlin left of the lane. Jumper no good. Tip for the rebound. Ross has an offensive board. Roberts had it poked away. And Mosley gets it back and scores. So the Bulldogs offense picking up. Second field goal for Mosley. Lead is 15 now for Pitt. Inside a minute to play until halftime. McKinney. Now Davion Carroll. Catch and shoot Brown, corner 3. No good. Ooh, nice rebound there by the point guard McLaughlin. Roberts thought about it. Gets into the lane, swings it out to Mosley. 15 to shoot. Roberts double teamed. Pass deflected. McKinney's got the steal. Fast break opportunity. McKinney blows the dunk. That's the way the offense has gone so far today. Attacking and scoring in transition is Huggins. He's got 17 in the half. 5 seconds to work with. McKinney down low. Here's Hyman, blocked. Gets it back. Not going to be able to get the shot off in time, and Pitt takes his biggest lead of the half into the locker room. 41-24. It's the 6-seed Bulldogs over the 10-seed Lenoir Lancers. Here in our semifinal game, we'll take the 15-minute halftime break, come back, bring you all the second half action from downtown Wilmington and Cape Fear Community College in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Pitt 41-24 over Lenoir at the half. Welcome back to Cape Fear Community College, downtown Wilmington, the host of this 2023 Division II Region 10 basketball tournament. And in our second semifinal, the Bulldogs of Pitt has the 6th seed at 18-13. Taking care of business in the first 20 minutes against the 10th seed Lenoir Lancers. First double-digit seed to reach the semifinals in Region 10 history at 8-22. 41-24. Scores in the half, Caleb Hyman with 9 for the Lancers, 5 for Kevon Brown, 4 for McKinney, and 3 for Jarius Williams. Meanwhile, for the Bulldogs, Avery Huggins put on a show. 17 in the first half, coming off a 31.8 block, 4 assist performance in the quarterfinal. So Huggins was 17 in the half. Martin with 4, Mosley with 4. 3 for Ross, 3 for Smith, 2 for Woods. Patrick McLaughlin, I've skipped over him, but second leading scorer on the team for Pitt Community College. He has 8 points in that first half as we're about set to go here in the second half with Lenoir controlling the basketball. Both teams have won 5 of their last 6 games. Peaking at the right time, but the Lancers had a cold first half shooting the basketball. George rejected by Huggins. 8 blocks yesterday. The Bulldogs had 12 as a team. Catch and shoot Smith for 3, no good. Rebound controlled by the Lancers. McKinney, contested jumper, no good. Rebound by Huggins. On his way to a double-double, maybe a triple-double if he doesn't already have the double-double today. Hines gets it out. Huggins fakes the 3, attacks, hangs, can't score. Ball volleyballed to McKinney for Lenoir. Huggins hit the 3 with little over a second remaining at the end of regulation to tie the game at 74 against Fayetteville Tech yesterday. And then Martin with Huggins fouled out of the game with the go-ahead bucket late with just 1 second to go in the game winner in overtime. In transition, that's Hines for 2. Hines with his first bucket here today. He had 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 of the blocks. So Huggins had 8, Hines with 4 blocks yesterday for Pitt. McKinney swings it out, Williams for 3. Here is George with the offensive rebound. Now Hyman out deep. Second possession for the Lancers, shot clock at 8. George just inside the arc. Rebound by Hines. Bulldogs into the forecourt. McLaughlin. Martin. 2 minutes into this second period. Bulldogs stretching their biggest lead out to 19. Martin has had a quiet game after exploding for 22 yesterday. Looking to create here with the shot clock winding down. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Smith. Out to Huggins. The step back 3. No good. Rebound by Hyman. Winner of this game will play Davidson as the Storm from Davidson-Davie, number 1 team in the country, looking for its 4th straight Region 10 crown. I mentioned the Bulldogs reached the national tournament back in 2019. They were the regular season champs. Lost in the Region 10 tournament, but as the regular season champs, they got the bid. Now this year it's a little bit different. The loser of the championship game will go to the District B play-in as Huggins gets the cleanup. 19 now for Huggins here tonight. 50 in the 2 games here in Wilmington for Huggins. That will be down in Florida March 11th. So winner of the tournament gets the automatic bid. Loser of the championship game as Williams cleans it up for his 5th point here tonight. Loser will go to Florida March 11th for the District B title game. Ball poked ahead. Lancers trying to get on a run here, and that bucket is good. over on the left side for Williams, who's now up to 7 back-to-back buckets. Breaking the press this time. Ball fake, attacking. McLaughlin can't score. Put back by Hines. No, but he's fouled. So Jalen Hines going to go to the free throw line. Both teams with a team foul. Here, just about 4 minutes into this second half. Jaquan Mosley, 4 points off the bench in the first half, in for Smith, who departs with 3 points for Derek Mullen's team. So Hines gets the first. Good on both of them, up to 4 points for Jalen here today. Championship game tomorrow at 1 p.m. Here's Hyman out deep with it. Brown screen and roll as he attacks, got triple teamed, throws it into the backcourt. It'll be a turnover here. Pressure there by Hines, who almost came up with the steal, but Bulldogs going to get it back. Martin inbound for Pitt. Huggins top of the key. It's McLaughlin attacking, and he banks it. Patrick McLaughlin in double figures now with 10. He joins Huggins with 19 as the two players in double figures for Pitt. Two-shot foul now. McKinney at the line, just 4 points today after that 18-point performance. Jarius Williams led Lenoir in a 76-67 victory over Bryan and Stratton yesterday with 21, but McKinney right behind him with those 18. He's now up to 5 here today. Make it 6. Pressure is on. Lancers got to try to force some turnovers, work themselves back in it. Instead, it's a fast break opportunity, and Mosley lays it up and in. 6 for Mosley. Lead is out to 21 for the Bulldogs again. McKinney on the wing. Here's Hyman. Hot hand in the first half with 9 points. Gets it down low. And Brown from the left block. He's got 7 now. So Lancer's offense is picking up. Can they get some stops now on this end of the court? Martin bounce pass. Huggins. Too strong that time for Huggins. James Carroll off the bench. Splits 2 defenders. Can't score though. He's down, so numbers for the Bulldogs if they want it. Mosley forced the pass. It was deflected by Lenoir. 14:47 to go in the ball game. Pitt will keep the basketball as Dixon comes into the game for the Lancers. Both teams have won 5 out of 6 entering today's game. Pitt had lost 5 straight before that. And the Lancers at just 8-22, you can do the math. They had a slow start to the year. 3 no good by Mosley. Put back by Hines. He's going to the free throw line. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Foul was on Dixon for Lenoir. Hines gets 1 out of 2. He's got 5 here today. Bulldogs by 20. Hyman walks it up for Lenoir. From Kinston, North Carolina, Lenoir Community College. Am I wrong, or were they D3 for a little while? Williams left wing. He's starting to heat up. Jarius Williams, first player in double figures for the Lancers. He's got 10. Here's Martin into the forecourt. I know Davidson was D3. Top of the key, McLaughlin for 3. Yes! 13 in the game for Patrick. Lead back to 20. And Hyman might have stepped out of bounds there. He did. Costly turnover for Lenoir as Brown comes back into the game for the Lancers. We're going to go to a timeout. 13:43 to go in this one. It's all Pitt here in this second semifinal. We'll step aside. Again, a shout out to the all-region selections this year. Avery Huggins, the player of the year in the region. Chris Sheeman back here with you at the home studio in Greenville, South Carolina. Bulldogs 55, Lancers 35. 6 over the 10 seed here in the semifinal. Quickly breaking the press, Mosley goes right to the hoop. He's got 8 here today. Pitt up by 22 now, their biggest lead. McKinney attacks for the Lancers over 2 defenders, couldn't get the bounce. Huggins collects on the rebound. Throw ahead to Hines. Hines spinning, shooting, and scoring, plus the foul. Jalen Hines with 7. And we might have a little something after that. So Brown picked up the foul, and I think McKinney got teed up. Philip Martin is going to shoot the technical free throw. I don't know if these are automatic cameras that Cape Fear uses, so if we can't see the free throws, that's why. But Martin does get the first one. Just watch the scoreboard, folks. What can I tell you? Pretty soon they're not just going to have AI do the cameras, they're going to have AI do the commentary. I'll be out of a job. Jalen Hines now at the line trying to complete the three-point opportunity here for Pitt. Can't do it. Rebound controlled by Brown. Here's Brown to Carroll. James Carroll from the half circle. Short. Martin the rebound, throws ahead to Huggins, leaves it on the right side. And the pass off the mark. Was it deflected? Lancers say no. I didn't think they touched it, but the officials say yes. So it'll stay with the Bulldogs in a 26-point lead. Pitt won both regular season meetings. The first one by 50. It was 117-67. Now they correct the call. That's the right call, by the way. Good on the officials for getting together to discuss that. So Pitt won the first meeting against Lenoir by 50 back in November. Tough start to the season for the Lancers. Bulldogs got him again back in January. Much closer game, 85-77. James Carroll, top of the key for Lenoir. Williams feeling good. Gets it off to Davion Carroll. Now Williams cuts, swatted again by Huggins. Another block, but it stays with Lenoir. 4 to shoot. They got to get going, and Hyman hangs and scores. Caleb Hyman in double figures. Second player in double figures for Lenoir. He's got 11. Leading the team, Jarius Williams, other player in double figures with 10. With 12:18 to go in the ball game. The winner gets Davidson. What a gift. But like I said, the loser of the championship game is not done. So the winner of tomorrow's game gets the automatic bid for District A. And then the loser will go to Florida next Saturday to play for the second bid. Offensive rebound by Hines, blocked, and chased down by James Carroll. Attacking is Brown, couldn't get it to go, looking for a whistle, doesn't get one. Here comes Huggins, straight to the hoop, blows the layup, put back no, but Mosley cleans it up on the third effort. So Mosley now in double figures. He's got 10 off the bench. All Pitt really from the opening tip. Williams for 3, short-armed it. Martin the rebound. Pitt under Derek Mullins, as I mentioned, has been to the national tournament once before in 2019. 3 no good, and we got an over-the-back call on Hines. It'll be the third team foul on the Bulldogs. With the 11:11 left to go, Deshaun Woods comes into the game, 2 points here today. Smith going to come in for Hines. No, Hines stays out there. They took Huggins out. So it's Hines, it's Woods, it's Smith, and Mosley with Martin out there for Pitt. This is Davion Carroll for the Lancers. Attacks, rims it in. Tough bucket for Davion, his first here today. I don't think he played yesterday. Might be wrong about that. Mosley doubled up, being hounded, able to get it away to Smith on the wing. Cross court to Hines. Attacks baseline, but he stepped out of bounds. Nice athletic play, but it does not count. Hyman into the forecourt. James Carroll on the near side. Brown trying to set a screen, now backs off. Davion to the free throw line. Jumper no. Rebound by Hines again. Hines has 7 points. He might be close to a double-double. Nice scoop shot there by Woods. His second bucket. Going quickly, Hyman. Can he answer back? Can't get the bounce. Ball tipped. Comes to Martin. Mosley looking down low, intercepted by Brown. He's done a nice job a couple of times here in this tournament. He goes coast to coast for his 9th point tonight. Fronting his man. Disciplined defense there by Kevon Brown, and he rewards himself with a bucket. Here's Smith scoring. 5 points for Smith. 9:29 to go in the game, and they call another technical foul. What was maybe a delay of game? No T. Martin's going to come out. Roberts into the game for the Bulldogs. So Bulldogs maybe thinking about, well, they're bringing their starting point guard, Patrick McLaughlin, is in. Now they're going to bring Ross into the game. Are they or are they not? So I don't know if we'll see Huggins or Martin the rest of the way here. With the Bulldogs in control here this evening. Catch and shoot three is good over on that left side. That was Davion Carroll. Second bucket here in this second half. Ross on the near side. McLaughlin. This is the time of the game where second and third unit guys, nice athletic move by Roberts to score. This is your time to shine. This is your time to get your coach's attention. The last thing you want to do is let the lead up and force Coach Mullins to have to go to his starters again with 8:45 to go. Those starters hoping to get some rest so they can prepare for the gauntlet that is Davidson at 31-0 on the year. Both teams with 4 team fouls now as Kevon Brown misses short on the first free throw. He can become the third player in double figures for Lenoir. Lancers, 8 minutes 43. Don't quite want to write them off yet, but Pitt's been in control for almost all of this game. A team that should keep its head high as it walks off the court today, assuming it's a loss. Becoming the first double-digit seed to reach the semifinals here in this region is not an easy task. This is a difficult region. So the Lancers have history on their side regardless of how this plays out today. Offensive foul called on McLaughlin. With 8:07 to go, that'll be the 5th on Pitt. This is the kind of time. So Lancers have Hyman walking it up. James Carroll. Now Davion Carroll. Inside 8 to go. 7:52 to be exact. And we got a blocking foul called. 6 team foul now. Pitt racking up 3 quick fouls. So Lancers will be in the bonus on the next whistle. Next defensive foul, that is. So Hyman inbound to Davion Carroll. Now James Carroll with it. Hyman contested shot. Got it anyways. Caleb Hyman with the baker's dozen here today. Roberts throws it ahead. That's going to be chased down by Brown, who comes up with another steal. Brown's played well defensively today. Scoops it out to Williams for 3. Yes! So Lancers getting it within 20. Now 13 in the game for Williams. Do they get a turnover here? It's going to be tipped off Williams. No, they give it to the Lancers. They say it was touched last by Pitt. Oh boy, what did I tell you? Here they come. I told you, this is not what you want. You don't want to go to the bench as the second unit giving up a run. That's exactly what happened. And now Derek Mullins brings his starters back. So Martin, Huggins, Hines in the game. Mosley also out there. And McLaughlin stays in the game. So Martin inside 7 to go. Bulldogs still very much in control, but Lancers making a little run. This time of the year, Bulldogs got to be careful. Martin attacks. Martin stripped, got it back, takes a dribble, swatted, followed by Huggins. They're going to count the bucket for Huggins. He's now got 21. And I think he's going to go to the line for a 3-point opportunity here. 15 foul on Lenoir. And we'll have that free throw when we come back. 6:38 left to go. Bulldogs trying to book a trip to the championship game. Looking good so far for Pitt. We'll be back. That's me, Chris Sheeman. Glad to be back with you. Our final semifinal game here today. And Huggins will be at the line trying to complete an old school three-point play. Huggins today, 21 points, coming off that 31.8 block, 4 assist performance. Hitting the big three at the end of regulation to send the game into overtime for Pitt as they upset Fayetteville Tech yesterday, 86-82 in overtime. So the Region 10 Player of the Year misses that one short. Ball tipped to Brown with the rebound. Alley-oop laying it up and in is Davion Carroll. Good second half for Carroll. He's got 7 points. Huggins into the forecourt. Pass tipped. Carroll tried to save it. Did he get the timeout called? He should have. He stayed in the air. Well, they're going to give it to Pitt. I guess technically, he didn't have possession, so the officials are going to discuss it here. With 6:18 to go here in this semifinal game, it will be Bulldogs basketball with 18 on the shot clock. Mosley to inbound it. Hines is fouled, 16 foul on the Lancers, so both teams approaching the 1-1. Hines thinks he's going to the line, but he's not. So Pitt will inbound it. Both teams with 16 fouls. They'll be in the 1-1 on the next ones, but not yet. Huggins, 2 defenders on him, poked away. Lenoir's playing some nice defense here down the stretch. They are not quitting. Credit them. Hyman couldn't get the runner. And then that's going to go off Lenoir. Ooh. Wait a minute. They're giving that to Lenoir? I thought that went off Carroll. It must have been out of bounds already. Carroll was definitely out. So Lancers get another stop. Inside 6 to go. Crazier things have happened, folks. James Carroll is stripped, but he's going to be fouled by Martin. So James Carroll goes to the line. Lead was out to 26 points. Lancers trying to make things interesting here. James Carroll, 3 points today. He's a 55% free throw shooter. 7th team foul on the Bulldogs. Carroll's got that kind of throwback with them long shorts. Kind of reminds you of 2008, right? Man, I look at the old pictures from like the NBA and college basketball from like 2004 to like 2010. They were all wearing hammer pants back in the day. Those parachute shorts, those things were massive. No wonder the game was so slow. Into the forecourt, McLaughlin. Bulldogs breaking the press. Hines backs it out to Patrick. McLaughlin will attack. Gets around 2 defenders. Tip no by Huggins, but the putback, I believe that was Hines. That's who I'm giving it to. He's got 9, and the lead is back to 20. Brown attacks. Brown hangs. He can't score. Follows his miss, and he's going to the free throw line for an and one on a tough bucket by Kevon Brown. He's got 12. Chance to make it 13 here today. Kevon Brown had 14 yesterday, 12 so far tonight, 61% free throw shooter, gets it to rim in. Baker's dozen now for Brown. Mosley. McLaughlin waits for his teammate Huggins to come into the frame. Now the runner, McLaughlin no good, Huggins the rebound. Martin all by himself. We'll back it out. Extra possession now for Pitt as we approach 4.5 to play. Martin had it stripped. Is there a whistle? No, it's just off Lenoir. So Pitt will have 11 to shoot. Mosley to inbound it. Huggins with 8. Huggins with 5. Can't score. Ball tipped. James Carroll throws it ahead to Davion, who hangs and scores. Davion Carroll with 9 points here today. Man, it's a 15-point game. Hines stepped that. Oh, no, foul called on Hyman. So both teams now in the 1-1. Jalen Hines looking to get into double figures. He's a 55% free throw shooter. And the front end is good. So 10 now for Hines. My cat is hacking up a hairball, which hopefully you can't hear on the broadcast. The perks of remote broadcasting, ladies and gentlemen. So 1 out of 2, it's a 16-point game. Pull-up is good by James Carroll. And it's a 14-point game. Carroll now with 6. Going quickly, Mosley. Lancers get a stop. If they get a bucket here, this could get real interesting. The Carrolls off the bench have played well, and now Williams hits a 3. Hang on, baby. 16 for Williams, and it's an 11-point game. Bulldogs have led by 26 here in this second half. McLaughlin, no whistle. Stop. Williams got the rebound, and he's fouled. Ooh, boy. Nervous energy for the Bulldogs fans right now, and a Lancer stays down. Injury timeout, and we're buffering at the gym, folks. There's nothing I could do about it. It'll eventually work itself out. Hopefully we don't miss too much action in the process. So we just got to ride this out, I guess. I'm not quite sure. This is this is a longer buffer than we've seen. So I'm going to take a break here, folks, and try to refresh this and see if we can't get this back for you. Okay, we are back to live action, and it doesn't look like we missed anything, so they were giving Williams some extended time. Fingers crossed on the internet in this gym, folks. It's been... So we had an extended stoppage, and now it looks like we're going to get a timeout to let Williams regroup. Lancers trying to come from 26 down. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs trying to hang on. We'll step aside here. Well, Lenoir not going away. 3:37 to go. They have a chance to get this within single digits. Jarius Williams took a hard foul. Still a 1-1 on the 9th team foul on Pitt. Bulldogs have led by as many as 26 here in this second half. Lancers can get it to 9 with this free throw here by Williams. 18 tonight for Williams, 74-65. McLaughlin is fouled. 8th team foul on the Lancers. Patrick McLaughlin will go to the free throw line. 13 points today for him, 72% free throw shooter. First one is good. 14 now for McLaughlin. So Bulldogs up 11 now, 15 for Patrick. 3:30 remaining. James Carroll hounded in the backcourt. Now Williams, who's been the hot man, throws it away. Mosley tried to save it. Hyman now gets it down low, and the bucket is good by Davion Carroll. Double figures for him. He's got 11. Can Pitt? Huggins down low to the cutter, Hines, and a dagger of a dunk. Jalen Hines with 17. Here comes James Carroll for 3. He answers back. 9 for Carroll. 78-70. And now what? We didn't see what happened. Did the Bulldogs turn it over? I'm not sure what's going on right now. It looks like we're going to a timeout. Oh boy. This would be one heck of a wild comeback for the Lancers if they can pull this off. We'll find out how it goes when we come back. There was a technical foul called. Jarius Williams is going to the free throw line. This is almost unbelievable. The Bulldogs led by 26 in this second half. Now Williams at the free throw line can make it a 6-point game as he gets the first one to go. The Bulldogs have come completely unglued right now. McLaughlin has to be separated. Williams gets both free throws. And what is going on in Region 10? 20 in the game for Williams. Here come the Lancers. Still 2:52 to go. It's going to be Lenoir basketball. Boy, Pitt's got to dig real deep. They have got to get a stop. Oh, you got to be kidding me. We're buffering again, folks. I'm so sorry. There's absolutely nothing I can do for you here. Let me take a break here and try to get this back for you. Hang on. Okay. So we have jumped ahead a bit. Again, I'm sorry, folks. We are at the mercy of whatever is going on with the internet in the building. 78-72. Oh, the Bulldogs are going to throw it away now. This is unreal. A 26-point lead is down to 6. How about these Lancers? Isn't March something? Here's Brown. Oh, it's through the hands. Had to be saved. Ball tipped. And Williams. Wait a minute. Williams was the last to touch that, but they say it's off Hines. So it's going to stay with Lenoir. The officials are going to talk about it. I don't think that's the right call. Well, they're going to keep it. They talked about it, and I'm 300 miles away, so I got to give it to the guys who are right there. Give and go, Hyman, and he's fouled. We actually might have had 2 fouls on that as away from the ball. There was a Lenoir player who was on the ground, Davion Carroll. So who's going to go to the free throw line here? It looks like it's going to be Carroll. Davion Carroll off the bench here in the second half with 11 points. I believe all of that in the second period. So I believe Hines is fouled out. Woods will come in. A 26-point lead, folks. It's down to 6. I've been posting highlights of every game. I've got no Lenoir highlights. I didn't think they were going to win. Right now, the Bulldogs can't even get it into their own front court. So Carroll's got a dozen. Chance, well, it's a 2-possession game no matter what here with 2:09 to go. Unbelievable. Davion Carroll with 13. McLaughlin into the forecourt. And if you're Pitt right now, they've been killing the clock way too much. Run your offense, play basketball. Nice ball movement there. What a play. Mosley scores a much-needed bucket. It's still a 2-possession game, though, with 1:48 left to go. And I think we might have an issue with the clock. That has us held up here. So they get whatever issue straightened away. James Carroll, Davion Carroll have keyed this comeback. Williams leading the team with 20 points. He had 21 yesterday. Looks to drive, fires it. Foot was on the line. It's a 2-pointer, but it's good. Jarius Williams can't miss right now for Lenoir. Down low. The bucket no good, but it's tipped up and in by Huggins. 23 for Huggins. Davion Carroll for 3. Can't get it to bounce in. Huggins the rebound. Ball thrown away. It bounces to Mosley, who scores. 3-possession game as Mosley gets a big one. He's got 14. James Carroll to the hoop. Blocked by Huggins. And now you start to run some time as Lenoir will play the foul game. My goodness. I don't think Derek Mullins is going to be happy even if they win this game with this second half performance. But, whew, how about the Lancers? Have they been impressive or what? Here we go again. I'm being told everything is fine on their end. I've got fiber internet at my end, and if there was a problem on my end, I would be buffering, not them. But we are in a buffering situation once again, folks, down the stretch. So I'm going to go away here briefly and see if I can get this back up. Okay, let's see how this works out, folks. Yeah, we're still buffering. So I'm going to take a timeout because all we can do is ride this out. So I'm going to step aside. Oh, we're back. Okay. So it looks like both free throws were good. The lead is 10 now. So McLaughlin got both free throws. He's got 17. A triple for the Lancers. And a timeout. So let's go away with 38.5 and pray we can hang on to this one. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back to live action. Bulldogs get a bucket. McKinney for three, no good. In transition, the exclamation point for Huggins. And the Bulldogs are going to survive this thing. For Huggins, his 25th point. But what a rally attempt by the Lancers, who came from 26 down, cut it to a 4-point deficit. But the Pitt Bulldogs survived this thing, and they're going to the championship game. The Bulldogs 90, the Lancers 79. What do you say about Lenoir? I mean, tip your cap to them. It'll be Davidson and Pitt in the championship game tomorrow at 1 p.m. The Lancers season ends at 8-23, but boy, did they give us a show here in this tournament. The Bulldogs finding a way once again like they did yesterday. Yesterday was come from behind. Today was hang on for your dear life. Pitt and Davidson tomorrow for the championship in Region 10 as the Bulldogs defeat the Lancers in our semifinal 90-79. Thanks for watching, everybody. Come on back tomorrow afternoon. Looking forward to bringing you the title game at 1 p.m. Take care until then.